Hey there, so today we're going to be taking a look at the Division 2 running on the Ryzen 5 6600H. That of course has a Radeon 660M integrated graphics. So this has 6 RDNA 2 based cores running at 1900 megahertz. Now I am running this with the lowest in-game graphics settings, but one thing that I did adjust was the render resolution. When you set it to the lowest in-game graphics settings, what it will actually end up doing is it'll set a target render resolution of 75%. I set that back up to 100%. So this is what you're seeing right now. Now, another thing is that the game actually lets you toggle between DirectX 12 and DirectX 11. Now, back when the game first launched, the DirectX 12 version was extremely buggy and unstable. But after all these years of updates and patches being released to the game, I was curious to see if there was actually any difference. So I ran the built-in benchmark multiple times between the two, and then I actually played on the DirectX 12 version for a good little while. And here you could see the built-in benchmark with DirectX 11 and DirectX 12 side by side. This is after both systems have run the benchmark a minimum of 5 times. And this is just to make sure that all these shaders are cached. As you can see, for the most part, the performance is identical. Though if you look at the frame time charts, this is the biggest indicator of a difference. Where DirectX 11 has the occasional small stutter here and there, DirectX 12 is actually completely flat. And by the very end of the benchmark run, it did actually end up having slightly better 1% lows. So at least according to this, there doesn't really seem to be any real noticeable difference between DirectX 11 and DirectX 12. I don't think it's something that you really need to overthink or anything like that. To make sure that everything was running perfectly fine, I did actually sit here and play through with DirectX 12 for a good little while, about an hour and a half, and I didn't really encounter any problems whatsoever. Everything performed perfectly fine. I think the biggest thing that I noticed with these RDNA 2 iGPUs is just how consistent the frame times can actually end up being in games. I mean, those charts are perfectly fine. We're not hitting super high FPS or anything like that, but everything is so consistent that it doesn't even really matter. The experience feels nice. And especially when you can't hit those higher FPS numbers, having consistency is the most important factor. Because if you have to deal with 30 FPS, you want it to at least be a smooth 30 FPS instead of fluctuations from 15 to 30. So in general, this is actually an extremely playable experience. And I'm kind of genuinely shocked by just how much support this game has actually had from Ubisoft. If you've never actually played this series, you can always pick it up now. You can check out Aniba down below. It is a great key shop where you can get pretty great discounts on games right now, and you can pick up this game for an extremely cheap price. So check out my link down below. But I want to thank you for watching. I hope you found this video interesting, useful, or entertaining, of course. Also check out the Beelink SER6 that this is running on. It is one of the best mini PCs that I've used, and I absolutely love the system. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.